Hi and welcome back. Today we are covering another lab on cloud architecting, which is a certification for Amazon Web Services. So it is a challenge lab where we'll be creating a static website for the cafe. They have explained the scenario over here where Frank and Martha and their husband and wife are a team who own a small business cafe of desserts and coffee. So their daughter Sophia and their other employees, Nikhil, who is a secondary school student, also works at the cafe. So they'll be setting up a website in a nutshell. Further, what we'll be looking at that we'll be setting up a static website using Amazon S3, which is a storage, and then we'll implement one way to protect the data on Amazon S3 buckets. Then we'll implement a data lifecycle strategy on Amazon S3, and we'll implement a disaster recovery strategy as well. So we'll be replicating the buckets between two regions, which is a region number 1 and region number 2. They're saying that the duration of this lab is around 60 minutes, and then the normal procedure to access your console. We have already prepared the environment. Now we'll start working on our lab. So first of all, a business request for the cafe launching a static website. Challenge number 1 is that Sophia mentions to Nikhil that she would like the cafe to have a website that visually showcase the cafe's offerings. So task number 1 would be extracting the files that we need for this, and for that you'll have to click on this file and just make sure that you have downloaded the files. Then we'll create an S3 bucket and we'll host our static website. So as you can see that we are logged into our console with our root user, and make sure that you have selected North Virginia up here. Then they are saying create a bucket in that region, and then you should clear block all public access and enable ACL. So we'll go to S3 bucket and we'll try to create an S3 bucket. To create the bucket, click on create bucket. So you'll have to give it a unique name, just like I gave it as source S3 and today's date. After that, they are saying to allow ACL enabled, and after that we'll uncheck this thing. After that, we'll click on I acknowledge. We are not making any changes over here at the moment, and click create bucket. So it's saying that it should not have uppercase alphabet, so we'll change it to S3 and create bucket. So as you can see, a bucket has been created. Now next step is that once the bucket is created, they are asking to upload index and CSS files and folders, whatever we have for the website. So for that, we'll go to our console again, and then we'll click on the bucket that we have just created. And before we'll do anything, we will click on the properties and scroll down, and we'll have to enable the static website first. So to enable it, we'll click on edit and then we'll enable it. We are not making any changes, just we'll type index.html here, and we'll type error.html, and then we'll simply click save changes. So we have just created a static website. If you'll come over here, you'll see a URL of the website, and if you'll click on it, it should not open the page since we don't have the right permissions for it. And the second problem is that we haven't uploaded the files or the website up here. So we'll have to upload the website up here and come here again and check if we can access it or not. So in order to upload the files, we'll have to go up, click on objects and upload. So you'll have to extract the files which we have already downloaded, which is for the website, as well as other related files. So I have these files here. So first of all, I'll click on index.html. Since it was a file, then I'll click add folder, and I'll select the images folder and I'll click upload. And then I'll click add another folder, which is CSS. So we'll click on this one and upload. So once that's done, you can check index.html over here, your images folder, as well as .css. click all files and upload them to their server. Now you can see that all files has been successfully uploaded on your website. Now since we have uploaded the files on our server, if we'll try to refresh the page, we are still not able to access because there is a permission issue on the website. Next is that we'll have to create a bucket policy to grant public access so that people can access the website and the files under it. The other thing is that we'll be starting a second challenge from here. It's asking to enable the versioning on S3 bucket. So first of all, we'll be granting a public access to this one. You can follow the bucket policies that grants the read-only permissions, etc. You can go through the documentation of it and proceed with that. So let's try to complete this step first. So we'll go back to our bucket and then you'll click on permissions here. And here you can see that under bucket policy, we don't have any policy written. So we'll have to click on edit. And then we can copy this ARN number and they are giving a link of policy generator over here. We'll click on it in order to generate a policy ourselves. But before we'll generate a policy, just make sure that you have copied this ARN number. Since we are trying to create a policy for S3 bucket, so we'll click S3 policy over here. We'll keep the effect as allow. Principal should be start so that whatever is under it would be allowed. Under actions, we'll type in search get object and we'll select this one. And then we'll copy the resource name that we copied earlier. Just make sure that after entering the ARN, you are placing a slash and then a star key over here. Then we'll add the statement. Just make sure that it is exactly how you want it and then generate the policy. Once that's done, you can copy the policy from here, close this one and go back to your console. So now here we'll click on edit and we'll paste the policy here. And after that, you'll save the changes. So as you can see that you have successfully created a bucket policy. Now since we have the bucket policy in place, we'll go and check our website if we can access it now or not. So we are on our website and we'll try to refresh it. And you can see that now we can access the website since we have added the policy that external users can access the website. So now once that's done, we are enabling the versioning on S3 bucket. In this test, we'll enable the versioning on S3 and confirm that if it works in Amazon S3 console, enable the versioning. Notice that you'll be enable versioning, you can disable it. So just keep in mind that once the versioning is enabled, you cannot disable it. And then we'll open the index.html file and we'll try to make certain modifications to it as mentioned over here. So for that, you'll come here in order to enable the versioning and click on properties, and then you'll click on edit in bucket versioning. After that, click on enable and save changes. Now since the versioning is enabled, we'll modify the settings on our index.html file. So just keep a note of it that we'll change the background color to orange and rest of the other things. So if you have Notepad++, you can make the modifications in that, or you can even use Expressions Web if you still have the older version of it. So they are saying try to find background color. So we'll click F and we'll type background color and click also. That's the one that they are asking, aquamarine to Gainsborough. So I'll make the modifications here to Gainsborough. That's done. After that, they are saying that find the color orange. If you'll click on this one, you'll find it and you'll change the color to corns like so. I'm making the modifications here. And third one is aquamarine. I'll make the modifications here as well. I'll save it and I'll upload it again. So now in order to upload the file, we'll go to objects and we'll click on upload. And once we are there, we'll add the files and we'll go to static website, click on index and upload. Once the file is uploaded, we'll click on close and you have these files. But if you'll click on show versions, now it would show you both versions of it, a file which was uploaded a couple of minutes ago and the second one. So both of them are listed up here so that if someone deletes it, you know that which was the older file, and if you want to use it, you can still use it. As you can see that in the manual they are saying that you should see both versions of the files listed. Return to the browser tab in the multiple choice questions. You can do it later if you want. We'll skip this one and we'll move to challenge number 3. Now in this one they are asking you to set up lifecycle policies, and in this task you'll have to set up the policy that would automatically move older versions of the object in the source bucket to S3 standard infrequent files. And then you'll have another policy. So we are creating two policies. In one rule, you'll move the previous version of the source bucket object to S3 standard, which is of 30 days. And then there would be another rule where you'll delete the previous version of the object for 365 days. Now just note that the limit to scope the replication of a particular bucket is really dependent on the index.html file or that we are using it in the lifecycle rule. So we'll have to create this rule and we'll see how it works. Now in order to create a rule, we'll click on management and then we'll click on create lifecycle rule. So we'll name it as 30 days rule, and then we'll apply it to all objects. Click on I acknowledge and check these two options. After that you'll scroll down, you'll find standard IA rule. You'll enter 30 days here. Again you'll enter 30 days here, move down and create a rule. Make sure you have checked I acknowledge over here and create rule. Likewise, we'll create 365 days rule as well. So create a lifecycle rule, name it 365 days rule. Then after that, scroll down, click on apply to all objects in this bucket. I acknowledge, and in this one, I'll select these two options and I'll enter 365 over here. And then I'll click on this option, delete expired objects, delete markers, and create a rule. So now as you can see, we have 30 days rule and 365 days rule. So we have completed these two. Now we are moving to task number 7, which is enabling cross-region replication. So we'll have to replicate it between two regions and in a different region, that the region of your source bucket. So create a second bucket over there, and only on your source S3 bucket enable the cross-region replication and replicate the entire source bucket and use some of these options. So let's go step by step. So since they are saying that you'll have to create a bucket in a different region, so for that what we can do is that we can click on for example Ohio here, and then we can go to S3 buckets, click on this one, click on create bucket, we'll name it, we'll change this one also as ACL enabled, and then we'll not make any changes. We'll just enable the bucket versioning over here and just click create bucket. So now you can see that you have two buckets. One is destination and one is source, and both are in different regions. So since we want to replicate it, we'll have to create a rule. So we'll click on source bucket, then we'll click on management, and under replication rules, you can see that there is no rule. So we'll create a replication rule. So we'll call it replication rule. Then we'll select apply to all objects in this bucket. So now we'll have to select the destination bucket. So we'll click on browse and we'll click on this destination, choose path. In the IAM rule, we'll select a rule which is already mentioned on your lab manual. So it's cafe role. So we'll click on this one. And after that, we'll scroll down and click save. So we want to keep the same settings and we'll click submit. Now that's exactly what we did. We selected a cafe role, and they are just telling you that the cafe role has the following permissions, and keep an eye that it has an action, it has a resource, and it has an effect. Next, they are saying make a minor change to index.html and upload the new version to the source bucket. After that, verify that the source bucket has 3 versions of index file. Confirm that the new object was replicated to your destination bucket. This might need to reload the browser and then get the source bucket and delete the latest version of the object. So let's make some changes here. Let's go to the first one, and background color we can change it to green, and likewise we can change this one also to yellow, and just save the file and upload. Once you have made the changes, go to your source bucket, upload the file, and add files, click index.html and click upload. So now we'll click close, and it was saying that it should have 3 files for index.html, and as you can see that we have uploaded another version of it, modified it, so now it has 3 versions of index.html. Next step was just to make sure that if this change is replicated on your S3 bucket in a different region. But before we'll do that, we made some changes on the HTML file, so just refresh it, and as you can see the colors are changed here. So then it's saying that delete one of the files from there and make sure that it's replicated on the destination bucket. So we'll click on this file and we'll click delete, and then you'll have to type in permanently delete, copy it from here, paste it, and delete object. So one object has been deleted. We'll close this one, and you can see now there are only 2 objects over here. So now let's check it on our destination bucket. So we'll go in buckets, click on destination, and if you'll show the versions, you have this file still available over there, though you deleted one file from there. So since it's replicating it over here, we are keeping a copy. So that was our lab on Cafe project, which was a challenge lab. So create a static website with the Cafe. We learned that how can we replicate the buckets and how can we set permissions on it and replicate it between 2 different zones. That's it for today. Thank you very much.